I'm joined by Trichologist Kay Fitzgerald, who's one of the many fantastic wellness practitioners working out of Eastbourne House. For those who don't know, are you able to tell us a little bit about what exactly a trichologist is?
Yeah, so a trichologist is a hair and scalp specialist. So we just specialise in hair and scalp. Don't ask me about any other skin areas. We normally offer natural and topical solutions, but having come from a dermatology background for the last 10 years, I also am aware of how well medications work. So I offer my patients a combination of medication and natural alternatives, and then they can choose what suits them better, because even though I may think they need medication, psychologically they might not be wanting to do that. So we're going to start with something natural. So yeah, it's a holistic approach to hair loss is what we do here at Eastbourne House.
And are you able to talk a little bit about the different sort of conditions that you'll see in your clinic and the most common treatments for those conditions?
Yeah, so the most common conditions that we see are male and female patterned hair loss. Then it would be of recent post-COVID, telogen effluvium, where not everybody, but commonly post-COVID, not just COVID, it can be operations, high fever, trauma, stress, can cause your hair to go into more of a shedding phase. So people are going through big shedding phases and panicking, but that hair's going to recover. And there can be trichotillomania is not one we see a lot, but we do see quite a few cases each year where they're pulling out their own hair, which really we need to work in conjunction with a psychiatrist or a psychologist to help with that. Sometimes we have children with alopecia areata, lichen planopilaris. There's a lot of so many types of hair loss.
Yeah, wow, it sounds amazingly complex, the sort of work that you do. I hadn't realised just how broad the sort of spectrum of hair loss issues can be. As a mental health clinic here at VCPS, we're always interested in both the psychological causes of certain illnesses and also the psychological impacts. And obviously, hair loss can be something that's really difficult for people. Are you able to talk a little bit about how you work in that space and the sort of the impact that hair loss can have on your clients?
Yeah, so hair loss has a major psychological impact on both men and women. Society thinks that men just accept that and they've got no issue with it, but it's like a death in the family, there's a process of them accepting that. The good thing is that there's things we can do these days to stop progression with male pattern hair loss. Females, well, women are not supposed to lose their hair, and they are their hair, a lot of women, so they're very traumatized. I have to have a box of tissues always on my desk because we've got lots of tears. I've had patients that have stopped going out. They don't go to social functions anymore because they're really self-conscious about their hair loss. So it really does have a big psychological effect on people. So when my patients come in, I like to give them time. I don't want to rush them. I want to explain their condition to them once I've given them the diagnosis, and then I want to explain all the treatment options nice and slowly. We write it down, and then they can go and talk to their families about what would suit them best.
Yeah, no, it sounds like really rewarding clinical work, and you sound really knowledgeable. What days are you available here at Eastbourne House seeing clients?
So at the moment, I'm here on Fridays, and we're going to have another day potentially coming up soon. So Fridays are your day if you do want to book in to come and see me.
Fantastic, Kay. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.